Yes, I'm Coach Paul Hall, and I'm the head baseball coach here at Ashville High School.
I'm Tyler Bradley. I'm a senior and shortstop on Ashville Baseball team.
I'm Luke Harris. I'm a senior. I play center field.
In this video, like all the preseason videos we're doing for baseball, is brought to you by Alabama Family Foot Clinic and Dr. Badula in Rainbow City. But guys, you guys are going to kick us off. Asheville, we've kind of brought you guys in as part of our family now. Even though you're not in Etowah County, we're making you honorary member. Coach, I want to start with you. Baseball's back. You know, God bless. Last year it was taken from us, and it was kind of a down year, and everybody's morale was down. But talk about what it means to you. Did you first of all have the opportunity to be back playing baseball?
Yes, well, it really has, especially this time of year, going into the warmer weather. You know, coming out of the pandemic with the vaccines and everything, it seems to be a positive spin before we ever got out there this year. Last year, before the pandemic, we had bad rains and we never got to play hardly, and then the pandemic hit and it really took the whole season from us. But this year, you know, I mean, as we speak, the weather this week is great. We're probably gonna get to play all week and right here at early March, and you know, we've been able to play 4 or 5 games in February, or more than that actually, and seems like it's shaping up to have a real good season and everybody getting their fair share of games in.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Same question to you. What was it like knowing that it's kind of taken away from you?
It was kind of rough last year. I think we only got 8 games in, like you said, between rain and stuff, and it just missed out on the whole junior season. But we tried to turn it around this year and hopefully hit the playoffs this year and break the dry spell of not making the playoffs really for all of Asheville sports.
Except the wrestling team.
Yeah, except wrestling. They want to stay.
Look at this guy smiling. He's part of that wrestling team. Same question to you.
I mean, yeah, it sucked to lose my junior year. I mean, it really bummed me out, but I think we're good this year. We're working hard. I want to make the playoffs.
Coach, I'm going to kick it back to you. When I came up here and seen, had an interview with the wrestling team, but I seen your guys was doing a little running when I caught up with you last time. How is your training being? Or you think you're about where you need to be at this point? I know obviously you want to keep getting better, but how has the team evolved since you've got your hands back on it?
Yeah, well, you know, I had so many guys that came out of wrestling and so many that came out of basketball, and they came kind of out at the same time. But I had a core group of guys that, you know, and a couple of pitchers in that group that I was able to work and train before the other guys joined us. So it was still a little bit of a slow start. Us being able to play some in February was huge. And then the weather being like it is now, I feel like we're starting to catch up with some of the other teams that may have had more guys out to start with that they could work. Because I think we played our first game, I had several of these guys that hadn't been on the field yet, and we had to play. So, you know, that part of it took a little catching up, but I feel pretty good about where we're at right now.
100%. A question to you. Getting back in a groove with a year off, how has that affected you, or have you missed it, or did you continue on?
I missed it a lot. It was hard getting back into it because I didn't play summer ball this year, so it was hard getting back in the groove of things, and it took a little bit longer to get back adjusted to it, but everybody's finally starting to come around and get back into things.
100%. Same question to you. I mean, you're in every sport playing day in, day out. I mean, how have you gotten in your groove yet?
I mean, it took me a while to get my groove in bat, and I'm starting to get back where I was. And then in the field, I feel like I clicked just like I did when I left off.
Absolutely. Winning that state title in wrestling, I know that had to be a triumphant thing for you, made you feel good. But have you took that momentum and kind of transitioned it over into baseball and feel good that, hey, we can do this right here at Asheville?
Yeah. I think we've got a strong chance to make the playoffs here, and it's been a long time since we've made the playoffs in baseball.
Absolutely. My question to you is, last season taken away, and now you got an opportunity to go back and play this year. Does it mean a little bit more to you to have that opportunity, and it can be taken away like that?
Yeah. Throughout high school, it was my my goal to try to, by senior year, make the playoffs and try to lead some of the younger kids up there too. So it means a little more this year, finally getting down to the last minute and trying to achieve my goal.
100%. Coach, you talk about making the playoffs. My question to you right here is, what's some of the little things that's got to have happen, and some of the things that you guys can control that you're going to have to do to make that run to the playoffs?
Well, it starts with leadership on the field. I've got some senior leadership, and they really have to carry the team, and they really have to, be vocal to their teammates about the importance of certain things we're working on practice, whether it's rundowns or getting outs or defensive drills or batting practice. All those things, or bunting practice. I mean, they have to make sure that all the guys are serious in their approach to it, serious. And it really starts with their leadership. And then it has a carryover effect, and there's 6 of them. So to me, the work ethic has gotten better from all of them as we've gone along. And, that's what it takes. It takes dedication, and putting in extra work for us to have a good season. So hopefully, we'll get there.
100%. And Coach has you two guys sitting on the couch for a reason. Obviously, he looks at you two guys as a leader. Talk about your role as a leader on this team.
Mainly, just got to kind of bring up the younger guys to where they can carry this role out when they get here. So anything from just simple stuff like working on the field, you got to try to teach them so they can eventually carry this role out and teach the younger kids coming up the same things that we've already learned.
Absolutely.
I just try to keep morale high. I love making people be happy, and you got to in
I've seen
baseball.
him do that before.
if you get down there in baseball, that's when your errors start happening. I just try to
Got to keep the energy up in there.
Baseball's one of those sports you got to be dialed in, because at any time there's not constant action like in football or something like that, but at any time you can be put on an island and it's you and that ball and you got to play. Coach, I'm gonna go back to you and I'm gonna ask all you guys one final question. We'll go back down the list. Coach, we've never had nothing like this COVID stuff hit that I in my generation, your generation either. I know. Does this season mean a little bit more to you, knowing that last season was gone, and what are some of the things you're going to do to make this one special?
Well, one thing I can already tell, like even our crowds has been better because people's anxious to get out, and the weather being warm, and people are really hungry, I think, to put this COVID thing behind and sort of get back to the old normal where you can go and be at all the ball fields and all the games, and you don't have to worry about it. So that's one spin that I know from the parent standpoint and just the public in general. And then our guys, their attitude, I think, since the weather has cooperated, has been better, with them wanting to do more, wanting to be there. I mean, I think so. I think it has fueled the fire a little bit, not to take so much things for granted that you never know. I think it has.
You better believe it. Same question. Does this one mean a little bit more? And what are some of the things you're going to do to not let this one kind of go by the wayside?
I'm just trying to give it my all, make the most out of every chance I get, because this is my last opportunity to make a statement here at Asheville.
Absolutely.
Same as he said. I mean, I've had success all through this year. I'd like to finish it out and keep going in baseball.
Snowball effect. I like it. Guys, I appreciate y'all sitting in. I know we're in the middle of school right now. I can't keep you in here all day. We'd sit here and talk for an hour. Guys, good luck to you guys. I hope you make that playoff run, and we will be coming back out and seeing you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.